Hello, welcome to Red Ted Art. Today we're going to have a go at making these shabby chic frames made from newspaper coils. It's really thrifty craft, actually quite simple and really fun to do. I think they make a fantastic Mother's or Father's Day gift or a really nice gift to a friend, and you can vary it by colour and style, and it's really simple. So come on, let's get started. So to make your photo frame, you will need a number of things. You'll need to make the newspaper coils. For newspaper coils, you need an old newspaper, you need some scissors and a glue stick and something like a knitting needle or a toothpick. Now below, I have linked a video which shows you how to make these newspaper coils with a toothpick or other things, and also some top tips. I'll show you quickly how to make it today, but you will need, for more information, you can check that video below. You will also need some pieces of card. This is some cereal box cut out, and some sellotape. This is to make your sort of frame for the photo to go into. And then finally, you will need some paint if you choose to paint your, and you'll need some PVA glue, and you will need some paint if you choose to paint your frame. So it's your choice as to painting it or not. But let's get started on how to make the coils. Now, like I said, I do have another video which is where I take my time and I explain bit by bit how to make your newspaper coils, so please do watch that. But of course I will quickly run you through it now. So what you've seen here is I've cut a strip across for my newspaper, and then I'm going to cut it again in half like so, and this is what we're going to begin working with. So you've got your strip and you take your needle and you line it up sort of at an angle, and you give it a tight little roll like so, and keep rolling like this. Now the more you make of these, the quicker and easier it is. And like I said in my other basic video, there are some great tips on getting it as neat as possible, but it doesn't have to be super neat. Seriously, it's not a problem. This is just for those people who really want to have the extra information. So you've got your basic stick. This is your newspaper roll, or whatever you want to call it, and I have a whole bunch here that I made earlier. And now you take one and you flatten it like so and like so. I always think the thinner end is better. Take the thinner end, tuck it in, and then again start rolling. Now your fingers will end up looking quite black. Mine already look a bit grubby because I've been making and preparing this video for you, so excuse the grubbiness of my fingers. It's just from the newspaper print, because it is black. Well, this one's blue, but you know what I mean. So you roll it up, roll it up, roll it up like so. If you want it a bit looser, you can sort of let it go a little bit, so it's up to you which sort of effect you want. If you want it tighter, and then you just take a little bit of the Pritt stick and you stick it down. Now if you want a bigger curl, so this is sort of a nice medium-sized curl, just add a bit more Pritt stick like so. I should have got the next stick ready, shouldn't I? I hope it doesn't. So flatten, have your next stick ready to go, and then you just line it up over the top and keep rolling. You can also, if you want, connect your two rolls by just sticking them inside each other, and then you have a longer one. So it's up to you. I kind of find it both just as easy. It also means that if you want to keep making it bigger and bigger and bigger, you basically just keep adding and adding and adding. So add a nice bit amount of Pritt stick, and there you have your roll. I quite like this one with the two colours. It's quite good, isn't it? So then you keep going, making lots of different rolls, and you kind of like here, and as you're going, you can sort of start making sort of a frame shape, so you can see how many more you still need and of what size. Do you need some more smaller ones or some bigger ones? So as you go, start putting a frame together. Then you cut out 2 pieces of card from your cereal box. Now again, I haven't made this an exact science. I just took my 6x4 photo and just cut round it with a rim, and that's literally it. So this is 6x4, so I guess my frame is about 7x5, very roughly. Now I'm going to have to cut the center out. So I'm going to just stick it in like so, go up to the edges. I use my little scissors because they're a little bit sharper, to get into the groove, and then I'm going to switch to my bigger scissors in a minute, I think. Don't cut too close to the edge, so now I can go like so. Cut up, and then you go across like so, and like so. Now you have your basic frame. That looks good already, doesn't it? Now to make it really easy, you take your sellotape. Here's my sellotape. Now if I'm going to paint this at the end, where's it gone? Sellotape. I'm going to paint this one, I think, just to make it a bit different. But for example, if you don't want the back to show your cereal box, you can get another layer and just stick it over. So I'm just going to stick it on like this. There we go. Make sure you leave one flap open, so I'm going to keep this side open. Like so. So it's not, doesn't have to be super exact, but actually, can you see I'm doing some little black smudges on my dirty fingers? So you might want to, before you start making your frame, just wash your hands, unlike me. Right, so I've got my frame. Now I need to arrange my coils. Make sure you've got, I'm going with the bigger ones first. I don't know if you've noticed, so bigger ones. And then I'm going to sort of tuck it in with the smaller ones as we go around. I might put this one there, the one we just made. Let's see if I've got enough. Got that one there. And it doesn't, you know, it doesn't have to fit. You can just sort of shuffle them around a little bit, squish them a bit, make a new one. You know, they can be, you know, slightly at an angle. You know what I mean? So you just see what works for you. In fact, I think I need an extra one here, so I'm quickly going to do that, and then we'll go to the next step. So I've made that extra little coil, and now I'm just going to carefully move these all off, like so. And I'm going to put a liberal amount of PVA glue. Now I have used a hot glue gun on this one, on my other frame, simply because hot glue guns are nice and quick, and with a PVA glue you do need to wait for it to dry. But I just wanted to do it with PVA glue because I wanted to show you that it does work, and I know that not everybody has a hot glue gun or is allowed to use it. So you know, try not to get it between the two pages. It is literally, you don't want it sticking, you know, you don't want to stick the two pieces of card together by accident. So it's literally just on top of that one. You see I've got a bit of it there already. Get it off. Otherwise we have a bit of a problem. We won't be able to get our photos in. That won't be any good after all this work. So put a nice fat amount, like so. Really make sure this is gone, because I don't want that stuck down. There we go. And then you gently place your coils on top of your glue. And again, I think it's worth going round your frame just to make sure you've got them all in the right place. You know, and then you can squish them around a bit in a minute. Once you've got them, just make sure you don't get glue between the two pieces of card, like so. I think we're getting there. Then you let it dry. I think we need a bit more glue here. And then once you've got it dry, it's either ready to go or you can paint it. Here we go. What I'm also going to do on the back, once this is dried, but I'll get it ready now. Here we go. Is I've got a little bit of card left, so what you can do is you can cut a piece out like this. So put it in the frame, and then you can sellotape it to the back, just at the top, and that will help your frame stand up, okay? If you want it standing up, obviously. So let's get that drying, and then we'll get to do some painting. Okay, so we're ready to paint. Now what I've done is I've slid in some newspaper so that I can paint freely without worrying about painting the back or sticking it to the back by accident. Now, as with all these things, I kind of thought, actually, maybe if I'd painted my frame red first, then sellotaped it together, then glued it all on, it might have been a bit quicker and easier. But you know what? This is why I do these things for you. You can learn from me and take it from there. One of the reasons I didn't paint it first is because I hadn't decided what colour I wanted to do. I'm going to go for a really bright red here. Now that you can see, I've literally just squirted it on, and I'm just going to paint it all the way around, and then again let it dry, and then you're pretty much finished. You can obviously just add a stand if you want to, like we've said, and that's it. But I've got two different brushes here. I've got this big thick one to go over it in detail, and then I've got a thin one, and I'm going to do the then I can get into the little grooves that way. So yes, so I'm just going to keep painting. So here we have the frames finished again. I think the red ones look really nice. Looks quite stunning, quite impressive. Now I just very quickly wanted to show you the back in terms of how to make it stand up. And like you can see, it's literally a piece of card sellotaped on, folded at the bottom, and then I've added this little bit here just to give it a bit of extra stability. And it's all sellotaped, so really easy. If you're giving these as a gift, I do think it's worth painting those at the stand just to make it extra special. And I do think they look rather lovely. I like them painted and also plain. I think the sort of shabby chicness of the newspaper looks really good. And you can see, just because they're peeking in the background, our Adventure Time Desk Tidy and Money Box. I can link them below if you want to see how to make them. And look at these little guys, some Mario mushrooms, which again I will link below once they've gone live, which might take a few weeks depending on when you watch this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this newspaper project. I think it's fabulous, it's simple, it's fun, and it's such a great thrifty craft, and that you have a go. Anyway, I'll see you here again soon. Don't forget to subscribe and tell all your friends about Red Ted Art. Bye!